Jolan, true Centurions, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Plus Modern Fleet Admiral Tarek of the battleship Arias Flammapena, as we continue our campaign against the United Federation of Planets, and we have conquered pretty much half of the Federation at this point. I know that seems kind of weird how long we've been fighting this campaign and just how big our reach is, but if you think about it, this is about half the Federation still left, although I think we have managed to take most of the major economic sectors, so we're doing quite well. We're going to pop up here, take that, and then just start heading down south, crushing all resistance that comes before us. There must be some kind of plant or something still left over here in order to be their main bulwark. So without further ado, let's get on with it and push into enemy territory. Unfortunately, the diplomats got involved. As much as we would like to just, move on and get things done in a predictable fashion, as all of the fact that we are Navy, no. Diplomats say you gotta do stuff. You gotta send information to assorted folks, and they got to talk about things. Unfortunately, we're fighting a dreadnought. Looks like a Marak dreadnought. Yep. This could be a problem, although this is a carrier. You're a carrier, aren't you? You're a DNHXM, so he's a heavy dreadnought with an X-type refit as well as a MIRV refit, and I'm not sure how many MIRVs that'll give him, and I hope it's not too many. We will set our systems up in accordance with the standard battle plan. Forward shields to reinforcement. Small change to the normal battle plan is we'll prep a WoW Weasel just in case. Were you another ship? No, you're just a random asteroid that suddenly showed up. And we'll go up to 4 and 2. And now, really, ECM isn't going to be super effective for us here. Marak fire, guided weapons, and their particular guided weapon is not affected by how much ECM you are putting out. It will deal 12 to 24 damage every single time, depending on what your setting is. So because it's AI, it'll be light missiles only, so it'll be 12 damage every time one of those missiles hits home. Not fantastic, but yeah, it's something we can very easily deal with. So we'll set our speed up. We're cruising along with 20.8 points of energy in the shield buffer. And yeah, we're basically going to break him in half and then just drop the diplomats off on the planet. Shouldn't be all that difficult. So let's maximize the speed of time as we soar on in here. We're really coming up here to neutralize one tile. I mean, it's required for what we consider our win condition is to completely wipe out an enemy empire's tiles completely off the map. But it's a bit tedious. So waiting until the dreadnought gets somewhat closer. He's cruising along, kind of slow, I'd say, for a Marak dreadnought. I would imagine that a vessel that basically didn't have to spend any of its energy budget on heavy weapons would be soaring along, but he's only doing a speed of 20. We will, of course, turn out so that we can get back in there to deal a decent amount of damage, waiting for the crash stop to pop up. And he's equipped with 4 C-Racks, 5 B-Racks, so 4 C-Racks, 5 B-Racks, 1 A-Rack, and a V-Rack. So that's 4, 8, 9, 10, 16 missiles he can shoot out, because that V is worth 6 missiles, because the missile flies out and then splits into 6 more missiles. It's a vicious piece of kit. Also, I'm assuming, because he's AI, he's going to fire slow missiles. So slow drones shouldn't be all that dangerous. We'll fire the entire universe of the sun at him and steadily pull away as he hits the speed of 4. His ECM, his WoW Weasel immediately becomes ineffective, and he holds himself open to being hit. We've knocked out every single one of his shields. Long-range phaser fire, and we will now lob another plasma torpedo out towards him. This will deal 60 damage to him when it hits. I can't imagine he's got any armor left. I'm reasonably certain he's out of armor at this point. Although I am pretty surprised that he's not, committing missiles to this fight. Seems kind of weird, as we can hold the range here at this point. I have no problem with just sitting back out here and lobbing phasers in at him. Yeah, it's a range of 8.3, but that's good enough. 5 damage at a time. Eventually we will pick him to death. Although we probably should mess around with our shield reinforcement. If he gets down a rank in shield, I might start considering that. But with his power system sort of falling offline and steady phaser bombardment is going to start taking him. Why will that phaser not fire? That is a very narrow arc. I thought it was much wider than that. So continuing the light plinking fire, we're just trying to knock systems offline. We've already dealt a serious blow to his power. I mean, he's a missile ship. He charges 6 disruptors, and that's it for his heavy weapons budget. All of these missiles are free in terms of energy weapons budget, or just energy budget. So the fact that he's cruising along at a speed of 8 is kind of telling. He's not having a good day. And we're about to have another volley of plasma torpedoes ready to go, so he's about to have a worse day. I would like it if we were picking off more things, although I suppose I should be content with picking off the four forward firing phaser X's. And get ready for the plasma torpedoes. There we go, a twin volley. Do you have a shuttle ready? Or is it offline? I think it's offline. And 2 nice big hits. His speed is reduced even further. And we will have a stern-firing plasma torpedo to dump his way very shortly. And he's lost his shuttle bay, so now he's really in trouble. Stern-firing plasma torpedo heading out towards him. I'm not sure how much more damage he can take. I mean, seriously, he's pretty much dead in the water here. All weapon select, although we don't have a whole heck of a lot available at the moment. Fortunately, didn't take a whole heck of a lot. So we've knocked him completely out. We will, of course, set a green alert and put all energy into the speed of the vessel. So maximum power and maximum speed. Now the only thing that we need to worry about is accidentally crashing into the planet. That would be the only tragedy. Especially because we are in a gigantic King Condor. Huge Goliath of the stars. Although I don't quite want to call it a Goliath because we're not... I want to say we're more nimble than that, but we're kind of not. We're big and fat and slow. But Romulan philosophy has never struck me as being the kind of ship that you want to sit there and just tank damage. That's a Gorn thing in my opinion. So slowing down, dropping the speed to 0 by the time we get within transporter range. The engine should be mostly off, but I will of course prepare a crash stop just in case. We don't want to hit the planet after all. That would be bad. And send over the diplomat. Emergency stop, just to make sure that we don't crash into anything. We're going to make sure that everything is nice and safe here. And diplomats successfully delivered. Hopefully they will be able to keep stability in the region while we busily smash the rest of the Federation. 280 prestige is of course our reward for such troubles. Popping off into a Federation tile on the border of Merak space. So a small Federation outpost currently holding out against our combined might. Let's see if we can't deal with it quickly. Battle alert. Plasma torpedoes to enveloping mode. ECM systems are enabled, and we'll go along and set the forward shields to being reinforced to the maximum level, just so that we keep on top of things. Doesn't appear to be anything in range right now, so we'll just increase the speed of time here and pull up our power page because it's one of the most useful pages we have, and wait for all of that sweet power to come from the capacitor. There is a heavy cruiser from some sort of pirate syndicate, so not particularly worried. Heavy cruisers we can kill in one volley. We've seen it. We've done it. It's possible. Whether or not we can, knock out this heavy cruiser, particularly in one volley, will be interesting. He is equipped with... Oh, that's cute. He is equipped with a single R-type plasma torpedo, and 4 D-type plasma torpedoes, and 4 X-type phasers. Oh, and 2 3s, just in case you were wondering. He is apparently a CVLX-2, so he's a carrier of some description. So, pseudo. Chew on that. Let me tell me how it tastes. We're going to pull away, and then we'll pull back towards him, although I am expecting the Plasma R at any moment. There it is. Turn into him. Make sure that we get that bow over to it, along with all kinds of forward energy in the shield. It's gonna be tight. We'll maneuver and get that forward shield on. And it does! And we bounce pretty much every single point of damage. Prep the phasers. Let's just start cleaning things up. Okay. He's got no more fighters. We tanked his plasma torpedo. Let's demonstrate the full true might and barrage of a dreadnought. The heaviest battleship in space, a full forward plasma volley, is entirely capable of wiping out a heavy cruiser in one shot. Yep. Some days, love being a Romulan captain. Just so much joy in being able to bully someone so effortlessly. That took no skill, no technique, nothing. We just bullied right through it. Hey, obviously you can't do that for every situation, but on occasion. It reminds me of being a Mauler captain. And oh boy, is it fun to be a Mauler captain. Another patrol out in the black holes. Although, will we actually get a mission by the black holes? That would be cool. Yes, we will. Haha. There will be a black hole on this map. And a random unknown vessel. So, cool. Enveloping plasma torpedoes. We're not going to prep up the other systems just yet. The enemy doesn't target you on this mission first. It always will go for the unknown. Is there anything on the unknown worth stealing? Yes, there are dilithium crystals, so we will pay attention to that. Increase the speed of time. Just until the enemy gets spotted and we get relatively close. More speed. Give me all the acceleration you can possibly muster. We do need to get to this thing first, just in case. Is there? Oh, there he is. He came from the other side. How odd. I always expect him coming from over there, although it does appear maybe we're the ones spawning in that location this time? So we're the bad guys in this mission that we so often play as the good guys. And our weapon systems are almost ready to go. I'm not sure if they'll get fully ready, though, in time. I do want to steal this. It is an Orion HBR, although how much damage that can do is probably not a whole heck of a lot. So we will steal, and then we will do that to fire all the pseudoplasma torpedoes, and then we will hastily come over here and say 4 points of energy into the electronic countermeasures. He did fire his plasma torpedoes, of which he is equipped with 2 Rs and 2 Gs. That's actually pretty decent armament. And he didn't dump any kind of defenses. Huh. I don't know if I can... I didn't know if I could get to it in time. I was worried that he might be able to deploy a shuttle before we could actually kill him, but nope. It turns out he was not ready for what we were about to send his way. So we managed to not only steal the dilithium crystals, we wiped him out in one shot again. For a decent payout there and a neutralized tile, we are just soaring through. Federation morale is at an all-time low here. We really do need to come home sometime soon, because we have been out here for a while, and, well, as you can see, we have no armor. If they ever actually do get through our shields, we're in trouble. Battle alert and increasing speed. This time we're not even going to set up the enveloping plasma torpedoes, because we just need speed. Speed and maneuverability is all that matters. Speed is life. So up to that speed. I'm not escorted by anybody, but it does appear that we're going after Gorn frigates here. And it's just a whole ton of Gorn frigates. Do we have police numbers on these, or are they actual battle frigates? FF+, FLG, FFX, BFF, FLG. So the FLGs we can ignore. The FF+, I think, is the next one, but I think the BFF is the most dangerous one, because best friends will always fight for each other. But no, this is a battle frigate of some description, which I assume is better than FF+. Just going out on a limb. Guessing, not at all sure on that, but I think it's a reasonable guess. Let's set a probe his way. We have the point of energy, may as well use it. A single G-type plasma torpedo. And the FF+, what are you equipped with? I do have another probe, good. Yeah, so we want the BFF. Slow down the speed of time, although I do also assume that this FF+ is probably the next most dangerous, so we'll send you to go kill, and you will get one of these, just to sap up any sort of defenses that you have. Slow down a bit. Actually, slow down a lot. We're actually in amongst them. It's time to actually do battle. Plasma torpedoes are, of course, selected. And good night. That was probably way overkill. In fact, I know it was way overkill. I mean, you're only a frigate. You don't really need that much firepower. And let's see if we can't overrun an FLG just with phasers. The home saver. How cute. So we'll see if we have enough firepower in our phasers alone to kill him. It's possible. I believe it's possible. Not quite possible. Oh, maybe possible. Let's see if the stern ones can finish the job. We're hoping. And stern firing phasers are selected. Just barely enough. The Gorn make tough ships. There's no denying that. So the FF Plus has the exact same thing as a normal FF. That's kind of weird. Pseudo frigates doing their work, doing the best that they can. Slow down the ship, increase the speed of time, may as well. All phasers select. Just start blasting into them. No finesses required here. We're just going to hit him with as much stuff as we can. That's all of those phasers. Turning it into him. And plasma torpedoes. Do you survive? No, you did not. So, little Gorn squadron, quite far away from home. So I can understand why they were so slow to respond. They were a little homesick. But yeah, a whole bunch of frigates versus a single dreadnought. We all knew where that was going. Although, it would be interesting to see how we would do that if if all those frigates had been active. And we fought a mission kind of similar to that. Is it? No, the green and the gold is a Klingon mission. But there's a Romulan and Gorn special mission that we played for the Gorn thing, and we actually did an extra special episode on it just to make sure that we could actually win it in the best way possible. And in that mission, it's basically like 6 or 8 Romulan frigates versus a single Gorn heavy cruiser. And it was an interesting and fun mission to try and figure out. So we are currently on a deep space patrol, and we're escorted today by no less than the RAS Centurions, which is a battleship, and the SNE Gallia X Rhea, who is a lot smaller, I believe, than the last time we saw a Gallia X Rhea, fighting a saxophone. No, just an SAX cruiser. Not quite sure what those stand for, but who cares? They're pirates. We will basically blow them up with great skill and alacrity. So we'll set up our shielding to be at maximum power, if you don't mind, just in case. I mean, I'm not really concerned. He is only a light cruiser, but, you know, we do have to pay attention to these things. Increase the speed of time, just so that everything is in hand, and we'll burn up some energy in order to be right on top of them. What the heck, we'll send a probe out there, figure out exactly what we're dealing with. There's no point not to. He's got an R-type plasma torpedo and a G-type plasma torpedo, along with 4 missiles. 6 Phaser X's is also a pretty decent amount of firepower. This is a pretty cool light cruiser. I cannot deny. Let's see how he responds to this. I'm going to guess not well, but it could be wrong. He is capable of outputting 80 damage from these 2 plasma torpedoes. Sorry, simple math is hard sometimes. So 80 damage from these 2 plasma torpedoes. We cannot block that much damage with our forward shields, which kind of sucks. But I think we'll have him covered. So just waiting for him to pick up speed. In fact, we're just going to park here. That way we can put as much energy as we possibly can into the forward shields. Oh, he's going now. Everything he's got. Oh boy, here it comes. Get ready for the defense. Wow. He didn't even manage to penetrate the forward shields, just getting past the white shields. That's, wow, that's some pretty impressive shields. Either that or we've really hit... No, that's pretty impressive shields, let's be honest. 40 points in the forward shield plus, I think, another 40 or so points of energy. It should have knocked us down a tier, but I guess not. Continuing to press out, even though we really need to go home. Although, at this point, I may just say Second King Condor or bust. We are 2,000 prestige away from it. So that is actually a possibility. Hitting the red alert. Who is our target? There we go. A single light cruiser and a second light cruiser. So 2 light cruisers we're dealing with here. Plasma torpedoes, 2 enveloping. And it's a NAC, a new armored cruiser, and a new light cruiser. Interesting. Are you... Yep. So it's the cool-looking strike variant, which I very much enjoy. Let's increase the speed of the clock. May as well get things going through as fast as possible. Did a third ship show up? No, it's just the 2. Oh, yeah, it did. Aha! There it is. That's the real stick. It's a standard Federation heavy cruiser with an X-type refit to make its phasers better and a P-type refit to give it some stern-firing phasers because they realized that there was a bit of a design issue with that initial heavy cruiser. It did not have enough stern defenses. Fire suited torpedoes into this little guy so that he gets afraid. Come on. That might not draw the reaction I want. We're about to find out. It does. Okay, so we can just start firing single R-type plasma torpedoes at things, and they will treat it as the threat from all hell. We have not set up all of our other systems. That could be a bit of a problem. Let's get that up. So we did set up the electronic warfare. It was just the shields that we missed. So I'm going to give you the beans. And the beans consist of only the heavy plasma torpedoes. So I just want to see if this is enough. It might not be. This could be we've just thrown away our chance of killing it in one shot. But we didn't. So now I'm going to fire another R-type plasma torpedo right at you. Because I'm assuming this will give me the reaction that I'm looking for. It did not. Interesting. Okay. Light plasmas. Let's see what he does with that. He just tanks it. Okay. Blast him with the phasers. Stern firing plasma torpedo. Get ready for a hit him. Let him pass just... no, he got too close. So another couple of hits there. Light phaser fire. And by light phaser fire, I mean a lot of phaser fire. And we're currently being charged by a Federation heavy cruiser, which is a pretty decently armed vessel, although in this era, it's starting to get old. Double mine, that's the big one, just in case you were wondering. I want to see if we can't make him very sad. Wow, getting 3 good plasma torpedo shots in on us. USS Permit dealing some nice damage there. Please tell me he's close enough for that mine. Nah, just not close enough for that. Stern fire phase is about to come back online. I think we've got the Permit here. Not quite, it would appear. They are putting up quite the fight, and we do actually have some power loss. We have no armor, so the moment we lose a shield, bad things happen to us. Dump into the mine, just make this a little bit more complicated for their pathfinding. These photon torpedoes are on point, and we've lost a stern shield. Not good. Coming around, all plasma torpedoes select. Let's see how he deals with this one. I'm hoping he freaks out. Yes, he did. Okay, good. We do have light plasma torpedoes ready to go. And by light, I mean 2 of our S-type plasma torpedoes. Which, yeah, that's not actually light. So, this is our only chance to get a good shot in. Fire and hope his acceleration rate is high enough for this. It's not. We've just wasted all 3 torpedoes. Darn it. I was hoping. I was really hoping. Can I kill you yet? No? Okay. How close? We are right on top of each other. Send a plasma torpedo into his face. We are dealing a little bit of damage to ourselves to do that, but I'm going to say worth it. So, keep patching the warp core. We need fixes. Hi. You, plasma. You jerk. You're dead. You don't have a shuttle bay, yet you're just dead. So this fight is a little bit more difficult than I had been originally banking on, which I suppose is fitting. The Federation... I have a 3rd pseudo-frigate out and active? This is news to me. So he's putting photon torpedoes into me, which is not fun. Launch the pseudo-frigates, tell them to attack. His point defense systems are not such that I'm at all concerned about them. Just keep coming around. Also, keep fixing all of the things, because lots of things are busted right now. And he is still soaring around at quite the speed, although he has lost a pretty considerable amount of heavy weapons. And by heavy weapons, I mean his light weapons. He looks like this is shocked offline. That was our last report on it, but we've taken out 3 of his phasers. And that's a pretty big deal. He did now do a crash stop, which is going to put us in a decent position to follow up with a lot of heavy plasma. Which, you know, will be fun. Waiting for the attack shift to go away. All plasma selected. Just unload. And by unload, I mean, once again, 2 plasma torpedoes. Although this should do him in. I think he's dead. No, he's not. How about this? Will this do it to you? It's 120 damage worth. I mean, not quite, because you've got shield still, I think. No, you didn't. So, that was 120 damage straight up to the hull. Good job, everybody. We managed to kill Federation heavy cruisers and light cruisers. Are there any more battleships left? Have we destroyed them all? Wouldn't be too surprised. I mean, we did kill quite a few on the initial siege, and we did knock out another tile. And that's going to do it for today's episode. The Flamapena has taken a pretty decent amount of damage. We probably should go home sometime soon. Otherwise, things could get very risky very quickly. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I post one of these videos, press that little bell icon. Leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode